Today on an all-new Dr. Phil, she says they were the rock and roll couple.
I was dripping in diamonds, furs.
He claims she's a raging alcoholic.
Here I am, bitch. Get out of my face.
You're doing this in front of your child. Do you remember exposing yourself to my male staff?
No, I didn't do that. Which one? Oh, Jesus.
She left her husband.
You thought he was cheating on you with his ex-wife.
I took a hammer, and I went down into the recording studio.
And destroyed $40,000 worth of equipment.
I was arrested.
Then he pays to bail you out?
Now,
You go home and key his car.
And I poured bleach on his nice dress shirts.
she wants him back.
I still love him, Dr. Phil. I mean, it's just toxic, kinda.
Kinda. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today's going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Well, in 2002, Brandi says she thought she was marrying the man of her dreams. She says they were a rock and roll couple living the life of luxury, and Victor lavished Brandi with Rolexes, expensive jewelry, a Mercedes-Benz, and designer clothes and purses. But Brandi claims the gifts all came with a price. Brandi claims Victor controlled her every move, put security cameras all over their house, a GPS tracker on her car, and an allowance of only $20 a day. Now, Brandi claims her relationship with Victor has also gotten physical, and in January of this year, Brandi says Victor broke her nose in front of their son. Victor says the real problem is Brandi. He claims she is a raging alcoholic who has not one, not two, but 3 DUIs and verbally abuses both him and their 11-year-old son, as well as law enforcement and even total strangers. Victor says he can't even go to a restaurant with Brandi without an incident like this one.
Sorry about that.
Get out of my face.
Come on, let's go.
Who runs this place? Rocco owns this place. He does, horseface. Here I am, bitch.
Here, let's go. Let's go.
Where's the food?
Charming. Brandi says she's not an alcoholic. She says does not have a problem with alcohol, but of course she enjoys a glass of Cristal in the back of a stretch limo now and again. But her drinking isn't a problem. She says she's still in love with Victor, and she still wants him back. Take a look.
My ex-husband, Victor, is verbally abusive, degrading, demanding, and demeaning. And he's a liar. Victor and I were the rock and roll couple that had it all. Victor wanted me to be the Stepford wife, a whore in the sheets and sweet on the streets. Victor gave me anything that I ever wanted.
I was dripping in diamonds.
Emeralds, rubies, furs.
This is really one of my most prized possessions right there.
Victor controlled every aspect of my life. The allowance I got was $20 a day. He put up cameras at all 4 corners of our first home, GPS trackers. In my car, he recorded every phone call that was coming in and out of the home. He's accused me of mailman, excuse my language. One day I found emails and phone records. Victor would speak to his ex-wife. There was thousands of phone calls, and I lost it. I went down into the recording studio. I took a hammer. I destroyed everything. I'm talking about within 30 minutes. I was arrested for criminal damage to property. When I got out of jail, I came home and I keyed the car and wrote cheater all over it with red lipstick. Another time, I was out partying with a girlfriend. I knew I was getting a DUI. I resisted arrest and I urinated all over the cop and in the car. Victor is abusive. Oh, honey, he's choked me before. He has hit me, broken my nasal bone, spit in my face. I have never done anything seriously to hurt Victor, but I have kicked him and punched him and scratched him. I didn't take a 38 to him. You know, I mean. Earlier this year, my marriage came to a breaking point. I cheated on Victor. I told him about the affair. I yelled at him in front of my son, and I said, I am pregnant with his baby. I ran towards Victor. He put his hand up and broke my nose. I was the one that was arrested because I was drinking. Since that incident, I have not seen either one of my sons. I'm just now realizing that my life is out of control. Lord, have mercy. Victor and I finally divorced 2 months ago, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get my husband back. As sick and twisted as it is, I love him. I love him. You know, that's my mafia man.
Okay, so it's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Dr. Phil.
And I'm glad you haven't taken a 38 to him.
Well, Dr. Phil, the reason that I'm here, you know, my mother and my husband, the two people that are supposed to be the most influential and positive in my life, have accused me of being an alcoholic, verbally abusive, which, why? Why have I been that way? What's the underlying problem with that? I mean, there's no one innocent in this situation, and that's why I'm here.
Okay.
To get to the root of the problem.
Well, and to be clear, you want to put this family back together, right?
I want my family back together, yes. They're also going to say that I'm an alcoholic, which I do not think I'm an alcoholic. Okay. I'm excessive in everything that I do.
But you're not, but you don't consider yourself an alcoholic. You say you don't have a problem with alcohol. You have a problem with Victor and his control. His over-control of you.
Extremely over-controlling.
Okay. When you got married, you fell in love with him, right?
I fell in love with him way before we got... He was married. I dated him, and that's awful to say when he's married to another woman for 9 years. I was with him for 9 months while he was still married.
So you started having an affair with a married man?
I did. That's my karma. I did.
And so... now you think he's cheating on you?
I would pretty much bet 100% he has. He will never admit to it or attest to it because I never had access to the computers.
Well, in fact, at one point you thought he was cheating on you with her.
Absolutely, 100%.
With his ex-wife?
That's right. In the beginning, absolutely.
Well, the karma would be a bitch there, wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
So you found out that he was texting her, going back and forth with her, right?
Oh, yes. He was talking to his ex-wife excessively. Every morning, on the way to work for an hour, and on the way home for an hour. And that's the truth.
So how'd you handle that?
Oh, not well. I took a hammer, and I went down into the recording studio, and I destroyed drums, guitars, the soundboard, cymbals. I literally cracked cymbals with a hammer. And then I proceeded to take pictures and post it all over social media.
So you took a hammer and went and destroyed $40,000 worth of recording equipment. He's a musician.
I think, yeah, he is. Yeah, yes, he's a musician.
Yeah.
Over 42,000.
Well, he was until then.
Yeah, right.
And so you smashed all of that up, and that was to help things how?
It was to help me, because I didn't take the hammer to him. I mean, I can be aggressive, but I wouldn't want to, like, physically hurt him to where, you know, he was like brain damaged or something like that.
But you wound up getting arrested for that.
I did get arrested. I did. And if I had not posted the pictures on social media, I may not have gotten arrested. But see, I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to that. I sabotage myself more than anyone else could sabotage me.
So you committed a crime, destruction of property, then you posted all the evidence publicly for everyone to see, then you got arrested, having posted the evidence, and you wound up going to jail for how long?
Well, I got bonded out pretty quick.
By?
Victor paid to get me bonded out.
So you destroy all of his stuff, then he pays to bail you out?
Correct.
And he paid your legal fees?
And
he got you a lawyer?
Absolutely.
But then you pled out and went to jail and served how much time?
I went to jail and served 42 days, and then I had to go like into a program for 15 months, which I completed, and Victor paid all my probation fines and everything else. But not to, you know, lose track. But when you say that I got arrested, when you say that I got arrested, you know, for committing a criminal act, okay, well, I don't know, like, certain statutes in the state of Georgia, but it was my marital home. I had been in that home for 11 years, so I could destroy anything in there if I wanted to,
Well, apparently
right?
not.
Well, obviously, or maybe I didn't have a good enough attorney
Well,
at
I'm
that
not
time.
the judge, but it seems to me that you got
Oh,
you got a
gosh.
felony conviction.
I absolutely did.
Well, wait a minute. You
Okay.
just spent 42 days in jail for destruction of property,
I know.
and you get out and go straight to his car and do it again.
I did. And I poured bleach on some of his nice dress shirts, and I did.
And later, do you remember exposing yourself to my male staff?
No, I didn't do that. Which one? Oh, Jesus.
You said you don't want me to lose track here, and I have a list. So you find out he's talking to his ex-wife, who is ex because you had an affair with him while he was married. You get mad, go down, smash stuff with a hammer. He bails you out. He pays your lawyers. He pays your legal fees. He even pays your probation fees, all your
Correct.
court costs.
That was everything.
You spend 42 days, get out, you go home and key his car.
I did. I know. I mean, you know, it's a vicious cycle. But, you know, and she was... you know, she wasn't the only one. I mean, there's been pictures on the computer.
Well, wait a minute. You
Okay.
just spent 42 days in jail for destruction of property,
I know.
and you get out and go straight to his car and do it again.
I did. And I poured bleach on some of his nice dress shirts, and I did. I mean, I'm not happy about it. But I was at the time. No, I felt like I was, it's not a vindication, but I felt like I was entitled and I had the right to do that.
You had a right to key his car?
Yeah, I bought it. And we had transferred that title 2 or 3 different times, because when I got the car, I got a personalized license plate that said Bella. And he got pissed off. He's like, I can't drive a vehicle that's got Bella on the back of it. But I still love him, Dr. Phil. I mean, he's got to change too. I love my husband. I mean, we were the rock and roll couple. I mean, it's just like toxic, kinda.
Kinda? Yeah, so you, were you drinking when you keyed the car?
I was not drinking when I keyed the car, but I was drinking when I destroyed the recording studio.
Okay.
Normally, some of my really bad decisions is when I was drinking excessively, because something like...
But you don't have a problem with alcohol, but you do things when you're drinking that you might not do otherwise.
Correct.
What do you mean when you say, one of the things you said in your pre-interview, you said, I want to come here and set them straight. You think they've got a distorted view of you and they're ganging up on you, and not just Victor, but your own mother.
Absolutely.
How is she victimizing you here?
She has victimized me. My first recollection of my mother, I was 9 years old. She has never been a nurturer. She has always been jealous of anything that I had, whether it be vehicles, hardwood floors. I mean, it's always been a competition between she and I.
You said she's jealous of your glamorous lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you want them to own up to their bad deeds and set them straight, so
Absolutely.
we can just all be honest and get this worked out.
That's the goal, but I don't think that's going to happen, because I'm pretty sure if not one of them, both of them will get up and walk off stage when you call them out. I am here to be accountable for my actions.
Okay.
That's why I'm here.
So they're going to get up and walk off stage. You're not. They
I'm
are.
not going anywhere.
You're going to hang
I mean,
in here, work this out. Are
Dr.
you
Phil,
willing to be honest?
I've been villainized, of course. I mean, I have nothing to hide. I mean, you can Google my name and just see everything. I mean, you know.
I did.
I have nothing to hide.
I Googled your name. And this man that she's in love with, thank God, I wonder what she would do if she was pissed off. If she didn't like him. Brandi says her ex, Victor, is a controlling, selfish, jealous liar.
Narcissistic, manipulative,
Narcissistic and manipulative.
egregious.
and she's so in love with him.
I am in love with him.
Victor says Brandi is mean, vindictive, manipulative, and really just has a problem with alcohol in his opinion. We're going to meet Victor after the break.
I did track my ex-wife on her phone, and I did put a GPS on her car. I felt that she was cheating on me. Brandi cheated on me twice during our marriage that I know of. She's angry, mean, vindictive, and cruel. A little less than a year ago, Brandi hit my hand and busted her nose, and blood went everywhere.
And later, did you take a .38 caliber revolver and shoot up the bedroom?
I did.
Why?
I found out he was still married.
So you get a .38 caliber revolver and shoot up the bedroom.
I'm still madly in love with my ex-husband, Victor. I can't live with him, I can't live without him. I am still crazy about him and he still spoils me. Just the other day, he sent me a watch with engraving that says, "Only time will tell. Love, Victor."
Well, Brandi claims despite Victor being compulsive, obsessive, and controlling, she's still very much in love with him. She says she is here today because she wants him back. Victor says he is not the one with the problems. He says he had no choice but to end his marriage in January after a drunken altercation led to Brandi being arrested for assault and child endangerment. Now, Victor says before he will even consider reconciling with Brandi, she has to change her wild and dangerous ways.
The reason why I'm here today on Dr. Phil is that I really want Brandi to change her life. Otherwise, I'm afraid she's going to wind up dead. When I met Brandi, I thought she was a sweet, wonderful woman. And now she's angry, mean, vindictive, and cruel.
Shut your mouth. Shut that face.
Hey, lady.
Hey, no. I never tried to control Brandi. I never told her or forced her to quit her job. I gave her that option. Yes, I did track my ex-wife on her phone, and I did put a GPS on her car. The reason I did that was I felt that she was cheating on me. Brandi cheated on me twice during our marriage that I know of. I was never unfaithful. Brandi's obsessed with the fact that she always thinks I'm cheating. Even last night, she said I was cheating on her, and we're not even married anymore. All of my ex-wife's problems stem from alcohol and excessive drinking. She'll curse.
Open her mouth.
Let's go before they call the police. At times, she'll hit me right in front of the children. Because of Brandi's drinking, every holiday she ruined. She would get so drunk, she would yell at her friends, our relatives. Brandi's had a lot of run-ins with the law. Brandi's legal fees have run me in excess of over $100,000. I would always bail her out. A little less than a year ago, she was so drunk that she admitted that she was having an affair. She hit my hand and busted her nose, and blood went everywhere. Our son has almost seen every single incident.
You know you because you.
This is all our 11-year-old knows. I never wanted to divorce Brandi, but I just couldn't take it anymore. In a perfect world, I'd love to get back with Brandi. Given her destructive behavior, that's impossible.
Okay, Victor, thank you for being here.
You did want to divorce me because you didn't want to have to pay spousal support or child support.
Excuse me. Victor, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
But I signed a prenup.
Tell me what your goal is in being here today.
Well, my goal is to really get Brandi some help because her alcohol abuse, her violent behavior, she's just a bomb waiting to explode.
But you don't have a problem with alcohol.
I do not think I'm an alcoholic, but when I drink to an excess, and that's when the volatile behavior comes out because I'm hurting, and so that's the way I exhibit my feelings.
Okay, she says you are controlling and vindictive and narcissistic, and I could go on and
Egregious,
on and on.
Entitled.
Why does she say that?
It's so funny because those same exact adjectives are what I've been telling her for the last 20 years.
Oh, well, thanks for teaching me.
You got a divorce.
Yes.
And you recently finalized it. It languished for a long time, but you just recently finalized it.
Yes, sir.
And I wasn't there.
Why did you finalize it?
I finalized it because I found that she was having an affair.
But you weren't giving me the attention and the love that I needed.
It's not the attention. I lost all attention and all compliments and anything that I could give you affection because of the way you were acting.
But you-
How can I be affectionate and give you confidence in yourself, be sweet, whatever it is, with you acting like
But
this?
look at where the marriage was going, Victor. Look, you turned my children against me, my youngest.
I-
You let him read text messages. He would say that I was an adulterer, a whore.
Brandi, you did this all yourself. Every bit of it.
No, no one is 100%
Listen, Brandi, you're
accountable.
43 years old. After a certain age, you should know your morals and priorities.
You made me lose my morale. You drove me to a point of
I didn't
insanity
drive you anywhere.
behavior.
But you said that he broke your nose.
My
And
nasal
they-
bone was broken and I had a scratched cornea. And he says that I ran towards him and he put his hand up. And I did run towards him, so maybe he was protecting himself. I mean, I don't know.
The police were called,
Yes,
and you got arrested.
I did get arrested.
So why did they arrest you if he attacked
Well,
you?
you know, Dr. Phil, there's some things you used to say. Past behavior determines present behavior. And even if I were not guilty, I'm the one with the criminal record.
Well, Brandi says that in the last 10 years, she's been arrested 12 times, at least 12 times, gotten 3 DWIs, which is what they call them in that part of the country, DUI, DWI, even relieved herself on a police car. Despite all of that, Brandi says drinking is just not an issue. We'll talk about that after the break. You had to be restrained by 5 officers, handcuffed, and so you went over and peed on their car.
I did, Dr. Phil.
Closed captioning provided by
Get out of my face. Did you hear her?
I'm really concerned about Brandi's behavior on our children.
You know you because you
Shut up!
That's why you Rocco.
Our youngest son is extremely damaged by his mother's behavior.
Let's go, buddy. Come on.
Our youngest has picked up on our bad habits.
You have the lighter.
Never go back.
Here.
They kicked her out.
My greatest fear is he's going to be tormented the rest of his life. Victor has absolutely, unequivocally brainwashed our youngest son. To hate me, to be mean to me, it's sad.
That is absolutely not true. No 11-year-old should be subjected to seeing their mother drunk daily and seeing all this abusive behavior.
I'm sorry, dude.
Sorry for what? Because I opened her mouth?
I would love our son to have a relationship with his mother. But until she wants to make a change, it's not going to happen.
Well, Brandi is adamant that she's not an alcoholic. She says she just does everything kind of to the extreme. So why then has Brandi, by her own admission, been arrested at least 12 times, gotten 3 DWIs, and even relieved herself on a police officer's car, all in the past 10 years? Now, I was doing this show because there's a child involved here, and I said, I want to know if everybody here is willing to be honest and take a hard look at what's really going on. And that's my question to both of you.
There's definitely something going on, or I wouldn't behave the way that I behave.
Okay.
I'm embarrassed. I'm thoroughly embarrassed.
So I like to see what people do when they're not here. Mm-hmm. Because you come here and everybody puts their best face on. And we've seen a few clips of this so far, but this is a tape of you at dinner, the two of you at dinner. And what's significant here is that your son is there. He's 11.
He was 10 at the time.
10 at the time, 11 now, watching this whole thing. Take a look.
For 13 minutes, I'm going to listen to your mouth. How about that? I got you right over here, baby.
I'm sorry about that.
Get out of my face.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
I got you out of my face.
Come on, no.
Shut your mouth. Shut that face.
Hey, lady. Hey, no.
Lady.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm trying to.
Polite?
Yes, you are.
Did you hear
guys
her?
haven't done anything.
Did you hear her?
It's okay. These people are in a restaurant. Yes, I'm trying to.
Thank you. Sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Sorry for what? Because that opened her mouth.
Let's go before they call the police.
I don't want to have to. We won't be back.
Let's go.
Who runs this place? Watch me again.
I'm sorry. Here, let's go.
Here I am, bitch.
Now, your son's there watching this. That's you guys in a restaurant.
I'm here to be accountable. I know, Dr. Phil. That's why, I mean, I don't know.
There's some people sitting at the table next to you, right?
Yes, sir.
She said some words under her breath, and I did not have to react. And it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse for my behavior. It's not. It's not.
That's just one of many.
Well, your son is there.
I know.
So
I know.
you finally get in the car. Here's what happened in the car as you're leaving.
BJ will be with me. That's my child, baby. He's mine. 50-50.
He's in the back seat, and he's crying in the back seat. Let's listen to your child. Let's see what your child says.
I just saw it a second ago.
Why do you say bad words to Dad all the time, 24/7?
I don't like it when you say bad words to Daddy 24/7. And then you get home, and here's what happens.
Give me my damn car keys.
I don't have your car keys.
You're a life.
She'll be back.
Wow, you're something else.
And what he says.
I wish I had recorded all the you've done.
And what he says.
That's dirt right there.
What he says as you drive away, what the child says as you drive away, is she'll be back. Through tears, he says, she'll be back.
I've been in trouble with the law so many times I can't count on my fingers and toes. I have 2 felony charges, 2 more felonies pending. Every time I drink, I break out in handcuffs. I mean, proof's in the pudding.
Closed captioning provided by...
When Brandi's been drinking, all bets are off.
I'm excessive in everything I do, whether it be drinking, sex, smoking, you name it. Do I drink every day? No. Do I drink every other day? Yeah. I can take it or leave it, but I like to take it.
Who runs this place? Let's go. You know you because you
Shut up.
We'll go to restaurants, but within 2 or 3 drinks, Brandi's flipping people off, cursing at them, and all of this happens in front of her children.
My problems do not stem from drinking. Does it contribute a little bit? Of course.
One time at one of my son's football games, Brandi was so drunk that she ran out onto the field.
I've been in trouble with the law so many times I can't count on my fingers and toes. I have 2 felony charges, 2 more felonies pending, 13 or 14 arrests. Oh, and I'm sure Dr. Phil's gonna put every mug shot up there. Victor blames everything on my drinking. All of our issues. Every time I drink, I break out in handcuffs. I mean, proof's in the pudding.
What can I say? I wouldn't be sitting across from you for nothing.
What can you say? You can say,
I'm sorry, but what does that do? I mean, that behavior is just not of a 41, 42-year-old mother. I mean, there's definitely, you know, something that's going on. But he's not 100% either. He just has proof. He has more proof. That's just
the only person you control is you.
I know, but I've been out of control for a while. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know.
You're doing this in front of your child.
I know.
And you're belligerent. and you're clearly drunk, and you get in the car and drive away. And my question for you is, what the hell are you doing letting this woman drive away in a car?
I've went through it so many times to where she would try to almost run me over.
That is not true. I would never try to run you over.
If I took the keys from her, there would be a fight in front of my son again. I've learned to just...
So you take a drunk, belligerent woman and put her in a 5,000-pound missile and turn her loose on the streets.
Dr. Phil,
you don't have the right to do that.
I was in a rock and a hard place for a long time with her. Everything I did
That's an
or
understatement.
didn't
That
do,
goes both ways.
everything I did or didn't do was to
Murphy's
protect my
Law.
son
Murphy's Law.
from not seeing what he should have witnessed anyway. And he did.
Was she drunk before you went to dinner?
Yes.
So
not
you
drunk.
load up her and your
I
son
wasn't
and go
drunk
to dinner?
before we went to dinner.
Have you been drunk since you got here?
Dr. Phil,
That's not an essay question.
yes.
Have you been drunk since you got here?
Yes.
You were too drunk to do your original sit-down interview with my staff, were you not?
When that night, when I first got here, I wasn't drunk the day that I came to sit down and talk to producers. I was nervous. But I wasn't drunk. I didn't drink that morning before I came.
The first time we tried to film with you, you were too drunk to do the filming.
I don't recall that.
I bet you don't.
I don't recall that.
Do you remember exposing yourself to my male staff?
No, I didn't do that.
You didn't.
No. I did not expose myself to your male staff. Which one? It's not funny, but no, I don't recall doing that. I don't recall doing that. I don't.
You don't recall that?
Pardon?
You don't recall
No,
that?
I don't. I don't.
You don't recall flashing top and bottom?
No. Flashing bottom when I had to urinate?
I'm not talking about the police car. I'm talking about here.
No, not at all. When I was changing, I would never disrespect you in your studio like that.
Well, would there be any reason that I would have that on film?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, if you wouldn't do it.
Can I see?
All right, bring it out.
But I take your word for it.
No.
I don't know if I was...
We didn't put this on tape because we didn't want to. I'm not showing it because I'm not here to embarrass you.
Oh, Jesus. My boob.
No, there's more.
No, I'm good. I mean, I'm here for a reason.
What happened?
I want you to see the reason.
She was drunk at the hotel room, and she started exposing herself to our associate producer.
I don't remember that. I don't. I was drinking before I left Texas to get here.
Thank you.
I apologize for that behavior. See, I want to change that.
Are you ready for your interview?
I'm ready.
Why did you just spit?
Because I wanted to. I do not need treatment. That is one thing I don't need.
Are you ready for your interview?
I'm ready.
Why did you just spit?
Because I wanted to. I want my husband back. I want Victor back more than you could ever even acknowledge. Hey, I'd do anything unless it, here we go. I do not need treatment. That is one thing I don't need.
And here is Brandi when we tried to film with her later that afternoon.
Hey, if I was a C cup, I might be something.
What time did you start drinking?
10:30.
this morning. I had 2 beers and I had a vodka tonic. Not enough. I bet on the game today. I bet $10,000 on Texas and I lost.
Do you think that's quite a lot of money?
That's nothing. My hair costs more than that. No, I mean, I'm serious. Hold on, wait. Let me get my lips like big. Okay, here we go.
She doesn't have $10,000.
That's awful, Dr. Phil. I mean, seeing it, it's just like, oh, because I mean, it's like, didn't think I was that bad. I mean, really, I mean, there's definitely a problem. I mean, I'm ashamed. I mean, that's not cute.
No.
I mean, that's not cute. There's definitely an underlying issue, and that's how I act out, you know? I think it's cute and comical and funny, and it's not. I mean, there's nothing funny about that. I mean, I've destroyed so many lives, including my own. But I'm 100% accountable for all that, and that is like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. I really am very embarrassed. I mean, I was like 3 sheets in the wind. I'm embarrassed, you know. I mean, I didn't come here in, you know, Party City. You know, I came here to discuss my life with you, and I took advantage of you and advantage of the people that you have working for you and put you in a very bad, precarious situation
How
with
much
my
have you
behavior.
been drinking now?
I haven't had anything today. I swear. I would tell you if I had. You know, if there'd been some champagne in the green room, I might have. Now, see, I'm trying to make light of it. I haven't had anything to drink. You want to give me a breathalyzer?
No, I believe it.
I haven't. The guard's been with me, like, all...
Yeah, I put a guard with you because I'm sensitive to your safety and the safety of others.
I understand that, Dr. Phil, and
Because
I'm
I'm not going to have her driving a car or doing something that puts other people in jeopardy.
I understand.
And I'm not going to make any excuses about it.
I'm very
And
appreciative.
So I hired security to be with you 24/7 because I think you are a danger. Next, Brandi's mother, Stephanie, says she kicked her daughter out after she came home drunk, spilled milk on the floor, fell down the stairs, broke the dog gate. Brandi says her mother's simply looking for excuses to call the cops on her. Now, Brandi's explanation of that in the interview was, it's gotten so bad, my mother called the cops on me for spilling some milk. We'll meet Stephanie after the break.
I know Brandi doesn't love me.
Crazy. She's a lunatic.
Brandi's drinking has affected every aspect of our family.
Stephanie condones Brandi's behavior. I mean, come on, they go out to dinner and she allows her to drink?
One time, she pulled my hair out, slapped my fiance.
I wasn't drunk. I was drinking.
Closed captioning provided by... Tomorrow we'll meet Brandi's mother, Stephanie. Now, Brandi claims her mother is a miserable lunatic who is incapable of loving her. Now, Stephanie says she had no choice but to kick Brandi out of her house after Brandi got drunk, spilled milk on the floor, fell down the stairs, and broke the dog gate. Well, finally, Victor says Brandi is a terrible mother who hasn't seen their 11-year-old son in 10 months. Now, when Brandi was arrested for child endangerment, things got really bad. Are either of these relationships repairable? Will Brandi finally accept she has a drinking problem and it's the cause of many of the problems in her life? You do not want to miss any of this. Log on to drphil.com. You can also find me on Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you tomorrow.